Yeah, am I good?
Yes, I think you're now good.
Right. Yeah. Okay, we can disappear again.
Bwana Martin?
Yes, so we have the session agenda for today, and we'll be looking at understanding the Bubuzi clubs and communities. I think these are some of the things that we looked at. Sharing of the best practices, and we'll be able to invite some of the suggestions from the teachers. And then, of course, regarding the teacher and learner registration, so we'll be sharing a bit on that. Then we'll have the feedback and next steps, and announcement of top teachers as per the assessment, then the update, and then finally remarks and closure. So I think I would like to, at this point, maybe, I don't know, you had introduced yourself, Isaac, and your team?
Not yet.
Okay, so let me take this opportunity at this point before we go to the next slide. I request Isaac to make a brief intro of the members who are in session from Ovubuzi side. Over to you, Isaac.
Thank you so much, Martin. That's Martin. And from Wavumbuzi, we have Dr. Rose in the room. Dr. Rose is our country director. You'll hear from her towards the end of this particular session. We have Njoki. Njoki is there. She's waving at you. Njoki is our Wavumbuzi program manager. Then we have myself, the Wavumbuzi school liaison. And then we have a host of wonderful and amazing ambassadors in this particular session. So we have a total of 9 ambassadors spread across the regions. So regardless of where you are, we have someone for you to support you. And these are their contacts. You can also take a screenshot if you are new. If it's your first time to come, you can take a screenshot just for you to ensure you keep in touch with your regional ambassador. So we have Gideon Nganga from Central Region representing the counties. We have Vincent all the way from Mombasa Coast representing the Coast Region. We have Kelly. And maybe they can be just videoing and just saying hi. Kelly is from Kitui. Then we have Lucy, who is in charge of Nairobi. Is going to be in charge of Nairobi. For teachers who are from Nairobi, please take note of that change. We have Harrison, who is going to be in charge of Northeastern. So please, teachers from Northeastern, note the change. And then we have Joseph Binayo representing North Rift, Ibrahim representing the amazing Nyanza region, Joshua representing the South Rift, and Kennedy representing Western region. Thank you, Martin.
Thank you very much, Isaac, for that introduction of even of the team players who are spread across the different regions. And like I say, we will be looking at we're doing a recap of what we covered last week, and we're going to request that you take this moment to think through and share some of the highlights that you may remember from the previous sessions, and would like to request that you post your answers on the chat, and then we'll be able to sample a few of them from on the wall. So kindly share some of the highlights you remember from the previous session that we had last week. I'll pause and allow you to do that, and I'll be sampling a few as we go on.
Let's make use of the chat box.
I've not seen anybody. Somebody saying there is muted. I think we could have somebody saying they're muted. I think. Okay, very good. yes, we have a few. We have Atandi Mosetti saying that teachers, learners, onboarding is what I can clearly recall from last week's session. Thank you very much. From David Toro, you have also shared that you learned how Wavumbuzi program works. That's very good. Zaituni Ali, how to register learners. Currently, learners verification codes. Kevin Onyango from CIA, learner registration procedure. I think that is quite common across the board. I can also see Emmanuel Chirchir. Accepting learners, and these are quite a lot of messages coming in. I may not be able to read all of them, but I'll just try and see how many I can manage. Winter Award, I learned how to register my learners and verify them. Giorgio Mondi, targeted number to be registered. Barongo Nyabuto, how to access the learner's OTP. Approval, that is one-time password. And then approval and registration. Jocelyn Kala says, I learned how to guide learners to use referral codes. Okay, I think those are good enough for now. So perhaps maybe we could just maybe highlight, and I think these have been shared by you on the chat. In our last session, we did discuss the Wavumbuvi Entrepreneurship Challenge and how it works. And at some point, Isaac will also come again to just take us through some of the nitty-gritties, particularly on the process of the Wavumbuzi Entrepreneurship Challenge. We also were able to look at the role of the teacher and in terms of the ranking and the awards as well. And then we also did understand and try to understand the registration process, the verification of learners and schools on the Wavumbuzi platform. And I think a lot of you have talked about learning how to register, learning how to register your schools on the platform, where we're looking at TACT. I think I've not been able to see somebody posting on that. And then use of referral code by learners, I think I saw that coming up and had been mentioned by one or two participants. So by and large, so some of the areas that we covered last week, and we'll see for this week what do we have. So kindly let's move on to the next line, Isaac. Okay. And this, I think I will call upon Isaac to just take us do us a quick through on the highlight of learner verification steps of the whole of that process, as well as what does active learner engagement refer to. So I will call upon Isaac to go through the first one, and then we could maybe have a few of you responding to that in case of challenges, and then we will go to the next question. So Isaac, let's go through the first one.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Martin. Teachers, yes, last week we learned about the verification process. I don't want to give the leakage, but I would want to see who will be the first to get it right. Who can stipulate for us the verification process? On the chat box, who can verify, can stipulate or highlight to us how the verification process happens? Okay, let me see. Ambassadors, please take note of the chat. Take control of it. Teachers are having questions. Please also assist them on the go. I'm still waiting for it right. The learner verification process. Mr. Peter says you under school term, go to invitation and course. Okay. Go, then click on learner verification. Okay. It's when teachers share the OTPs with the learners. Okay. Log into teacher account, then invitation, then school join request. I think Mr. David Toy is the one who has come close to it. So the verification process, which is something that is very important and you'll see us emphasizing, you click My School on your teacher portal. After you've logged in into the teacher portal, you click My School, invitation, school join request, and then you approve the learners and share the OTP with them. So that's the verification process. So there were some that were giving the first part and leaving out the second part. So to the second question, what does active learner engagement mean? Thank you, Mr. Caroli. I think you've got it right. Wana Gabriel, I can see you've also gotten it right. Madam Ivy, you've also gotten it right. Congratulations. For the second question, what is active learner engagement? So for a new teacher who is joining us for the first time and wants to know what active learner engagement is, what would you define as active learner engagement? Let me see. Right, a learner logging in and attempting a quest. Okay, Madam Zaituni. This is allowing. Okay. This is allowing learners to actively participate in the quest by themselves. Okay, completing survey, quest, and reviews. Mr. Justin Olo. I think you've come close. Thank you, Mr. Justin. Profile 200 points. Participating in survey and warm-up quest. Mr. Okay. Profile 20, baseline 300, warm-up 700, okay? Active learner engagement is where a learner completes the Wavumbuzi headquarters and at least one quest. Can we all, in our sitting positions, wherever we are, clap for Mr. Eric Ogola for having gotten it right? Yes, indeed, active learner engagement is where a learner completes the Wavumbuzi headquarters and at least one other quest. And in between, they complete the survey, the warm-up quest, but the most important aspect is when the challenge begins, they complete the Wavumbuzi headquarters and at least one quest. Lastly, okay, I can see some people who are answering the last question. I now understand why I was seeing points. How many points are earned when you complete the profile, the baseline, and the warm-up? I think some had already begun answering. Yes, correct. And I think I'll give it up to, let me see. People are missing some 20 points somewhere. Most of us are missing a 20 points somewhere. So when the learner completes their profile, and the profile includes selection of the avatar, they get 220 points. 200 for completing the profile, 20 points for selecting the avatar. When they complete the baseline survey, they get a whooping 300 points. So that's why we are saying surveys are very important. 300 points for the learners. And then for the warm-up quest, they get 700 points. And that has been our teaser for this particular session. So further to it, and jumping to our session of the day, where we are going to talk about the Wavumbuzi clubs and communities. It's something that is we are so passionate about, and I know some teachers have already been implementing this, so it's not a so new concept. It's only that it has been organically been forming. Teachers have been doing it without even the influence of Wavumbuzi, and they've been coming up with what we call the Wavumbuzi club. So another few set of questions. Today's session seems like it's going to be extremely interactive. So don't answer the second question until you get to the second question. So if you answer the second question, I will disqualify you. Does your school have an active Wavumbuzi club? Yes or no? Just go to the chat. Yes or no? Does your school have an active Wavumbuzi club? Let me see what's coming in on the chat box. Right? I can see most of them saying no. So we have yes from Carolee. We have no. We have a lot of no. We have Madam Zaituni. Encourage you to form our Wavumbuzi club so that you can be able to have more control and also support. The learners can also be able to support amongst themselves because they have something that they can relate to. And Wavumbuzi club is as simple as just setting aside a time for learners to meet over Wavumbuzi issues. So even if it's just 1 hour from 4 to 5 during club days, that is is what we will call Wavumbuzi Club time. So support onboarding and recruitment of new learners. So through the Wavumbuzi clubs, we will be onboarding new members. So from one, we do not have Form 1. For the JSS, if I may use a case of the JSS, when you are transitioning from grade 7 to grade 8, for the people who will be coming in grade 7, they can be able, at the point of registration, when they are joining the school, they can be able to join the clubs. So the other one is to empower learners to take action and just build a strong entrepreneurial ethic through mentorship and coaching. So throughout, we will share shortly the proposed activity is that you can look at. If you have a club and you do not know what to do, Wavumbuzi Club is there. I have some few members. What do I do? And then the last one that I also want to touch on is providing opportunities for community service. So if you want to plant trees, I know we plant trees these days. So as we plant trees, we can say Wavumbuzi is supporting our school to plant trees somewhere, or even the community, or even cleaning the market, or even cleaning the town. That will be part of the community service. Some milestones for you to have the club. You of course need leaders, and the leaders could be the learner champions that you select in your school. There is the constitution. Should it be detailed, just brief that shows what needs to be done within the club. There is the time and venue of meeting. Most of those that have mentioned here have mentioned that they normally do it in the computer labs and such. So you need to have a time and venue where you meet, and the agenda of why you are meeting. The agenda could be we are doing email registrations. The agenda could be we are completing the pre-survey. We are completing the one quest, and so on and so forth. So, and these are some of them in detail, things that you can be able to do in your clubs. And even post Wavumbuzi, we will be supporting you. Should you need to reach out to learners in terms of the entrepreneurship concept, we can always support you on that. Peer-to-peer drives, this is what we are talking about when you talk about referrals, learners being able to bring more learners to participate in Wavumbuzi. During the challenge, which is this period, and that is the most important thing. Some of the activities, the warm-up quest or the warm-up, then conduct peer reviews when the challenge begins, complete the headquarters or the Wavumbuzi Training Center and at least one quest, and then also just doing the weekly review. After the challenge, we'll be able to do some activities like awards and recognition, mentorship session for the club members, community service initiatives, among others. And at this point, I would like to stop sharing, and I would like to call upon, I don't know if they are in the room, but I saw some comments. Madam Zaituni from Mombasa, tell us, I have seen you have commented that you have our Wavumbuzi Club in your school. Tell us about it in just one minute as I scroll to get the other teacher. Mr. Edie, I've also seen you. So Madam Zaituni, please go ahead. 1 minute. Madam Zaituni, please unmute. Okay, as we are waiting for Madam Zaituni, maybe Mr. Nicholas Edie. Okay, we can start with Mr. Nicholas, then we go back to Madam Zaituni. Over to you, Bwana Edie.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. My name is Nicholas Edie, all the way from Lions Junior School, Nakuru. Today I come in as a third-time participant at an individual level and school level. My school, that is the Lions Junior School, happens to have participated twice and emerged the best junior school in the country for those two occasions. The main reason The main reason why we have managed to register good results is due to dedicated time for all students. At times, we have to do away with the normal timetable lessons and slotting up the program to complete the process in time. We also have a fully furnished computer lab, and that computer lab can accommodate a maximum of 40 students at a go, owing to the fact that our classes carry 30 students per class. So if we take, for instance, one session there, it simply means that a class is in a position to complete like one quest, etc. At the same time, I do work hand in hand with my co-teacher, that is Mr. Eric Koech. But again, as we work together, we don't have the issue of competition against one another. We always know that a win for Mr. Koech is a win for the school, and a win for on my side is a win for the school. So we work as a team in order to register the best. We also have a very active Wavumbuzi club here at school. We normally meet on Thursdays because our school program actually has not changed at all. So clubs are normally held on Thursdays from 3:10 to 4:30 p.m. We have a club patron, we have the chairperson, and we also have the students who have been given the responsibility of leading their fellow students, and they also help us with opening the computer lab, closing, and whenever we are engaged in Wavumbuzi or with Wavumbuzi activities, they're the same students who help their fellow students, because I do believe students learn better when together than when with an adult. So our main role there is maybe to facilitate further in case one gets stuck in the process. The leadership of those clubs starts from the head teacher all through that student. I can put as a student at the grassroots level, that student without responsibility. We always try to engage the students to work in peers, because when it's peer driven, then everything is considered possible. Students are always encouraged at all times to take advantage or to make good use of any, and we always insist of the word any available point offered by Wavumbuzi. And these points, we know that we can scoop them from profile completion, surveys, warm-ups, etc. And through that, we know we are likely to accrue roughly 1,220 points, and from that, then we're in a position to set pace for the competition. Thank you so much,
Bwana Ili. I think that's comprehensive. I also saw on the chat box, Madam Zaituni, are you able now to speak? I can see some clubs coming over to you. Madam Zaituni, are you able to speak?
Yes, good evening, colleague. Okay, I'm Zaituni Ali. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. My name is Zaituni Ali of Moi Forces Academy, Mombasa. I'm a second-time participating teacher. Our school participated for the first time last year, and we were among the top 100 schools countrywide. And we presented 2 students for mentorship who participated in the mentorship program. We have a Wavumbuzi club in our school, and the patron is I. Then we have the students who are the members of the Wavumbuzi club, and the students have the officials, that is chair, secretary, and treasurer. We don't have resources per se for Moi Forces. We have one computer lab with only 20 desktops, but the main challenge is we do not have Wi-Fi for the school. But we have been able to register 89 students as of now. This has been made possible My co-teacher, Madam Yvonne, has a laptop. I also have a laptop. Then we borrowed 2 laptops from our colleague, then plus our 2 phones. So the students who have been leading us in the registration is the club members. They are charged and they have the passion for Vumbuzi, and they have really assisted. They are usually ready. The club day is on Wednesday, today, from 4. Basically, on my part, from my opinion, through the Wavumbuzi Club, I've been able at least to register so far 8-9 students, and 3/4 are through with the profile, the baseline, as well as the warm-up. This is due to the club that have achieved that, and I just want to urge our colleagues that self-drive for the teacher champion is key, and commitment, because at times we go to an extent of buying our own data so that we enable the students to be able to engage. So I just call upon my colleagues to have passion for music, because the students are also passionate about it, very interested, and I believe, God willing, I'll achieve something this time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Zaituni. Yes, you will. I know with the passion, even from how you are speaking, someone can tell there is passion for what you are doing with the learners in Wavumbuzi. Teachers, there you have it from the host's mouth, randomly picked from what you are picking in the chat box, and you can see even within that short time they are able to share with us what they've been able to do. So at this juncture, I would like to invite Njoki. Question of after learners complete Form 4, what happens? So Njoki, over to you as I share my screen.
Thank you, Isaac. And I'm excited to talk about now you are going up until Form 4 in the future. Finalized senior school, and now they are in between university, going to a college, already finished with that. Participating learner who finished and now is an alumni of the school, but alumni of Wavumbuzi because he took part in the Wavumbuzi Entrepreneurship Challenge. So this thing.
Recording in progress.
So we are looking into having a vibrant and engaged community to enrich their life experience, their learning throughout, for connection, for collaboration, and indeed to hear as well down along their life the impact and what they've been able to achieve. So with this, then there could be mutual benefits. For those that are currently part of Wavumbuzi and for those that will have done Wavumbuzi or are engaged in other areas in life post-university. So that's it. Next, we will strengthening and building the community. What we're looking at as objective is to have a structured and engaged network of the alumni to be able to provide shape entrepreneurial exposure or skill exposure, whether to facilitate sessions and opportunities, whether to ensure that to leverage on the alumni, those that have been through Wavumbuzi, to support those that are currently actively taking part in Wavumbuzi in the schools, but also to be able to monitor and evaluate down the line for the alumni. So with this then, we would call on you, dear teachers who've interacted previously with Wavumbuzi participants. Some have already finished, some you may know where they are, some maybe not. So it's to call on your input as we work towards having the community up. And with that, after sharing the tools and objectives and what the community is aiming to achieve, I would like to pose a number of questions and for us to stop for 1 or 2 minutes to hear from you. So my first question, to the input and feedback that you will share on chat, I would like to ask you teachers, maybe Isaac, if you can share the screen, but then I will pause at each question. So I have 4 questions that I'd like us to engage with, and the first question is, you will type this on the chat. The first question is, what role, if there's any, see teacher champions playing in building and strengthening the community? In reference here, the community is the alumni who have or will have taken part in Wavumbuzi Entrepreneurship Challenge when they were in school. We'll drop the same question on chat shortly, and let us spend 1 minute to think about it, then be able to share on chat before we go to the next question. So, and I will have a time accounting to allow us to type. So what role do you see teachers playing in building and strengthening